We have a question from our Ustream listeners.
All right.
And this question is it possible to shift to a parallel reality and become a hybrid human now?
That is a contradictory sentence. Listen to it. Is it possible to shift to a parallel reality and become a hybrid human now? The idea is that you're saying possible to shift to, which implies it is not now, and yet asking, is it possible to do this now? Obviously, when a shift is made of that nature, then the being will experience that shift as it's now, but it's not the same now as this now, where that shift hasn't happened yet, according to the way the question has been stated. So it's a contradictory statement.
Right. But just taking along the idea of what he's asking, he or she.
The idea, therefore, is to understand that if everything does exist now in its own version of now, then many, many beings have alternate incarnations as hybrid beings in the now in which the hybrid being exists. So in that sense, yes, it's not only possible, it's highly probable that many beings on your planet have alternate realities in other nows as hybrid beings. But it won't be the same now as the being who's asking the question lives in.
So, a lot of the people now that are learning how to follow their excitement, how to be of a higher vibrational level, dealing with their core issues that are allowing them to then transform into a higher vibrational state,
Yes.
will they be similar to the hybridized human version that you're speaking of in the future?
More and more. Now, remember, of course, that in a sense, really, you're all already hybridized.
Right.
In order to be human, you had to be hybridized.
Right. So, what would the difference be, in a sense, between the hybrid humans that you're describing, the sixth group, as opposed to the humans that are here that are accelerating and maybe raising their frequency to
The
quite high
sixth
levels?
hybrid race ultimately will appear more like us physically,
Why will they look more like you?
because vibration begets a certain reflection.
So they'll be really cute?
Indubitably. It is simply that certain physiological alterations will go along with certain vibrational ones. And certain vibrational alterations that are in any way, shape, or form reflective or similar to our vibration will carry with them certain physiological expressions or reflections or traits. So you may not be identical to us, but you will be more like us as a species.
So basically, what you're saying is as your DNA shifts and you
Yes.
become more and more hybridized, which
Yes.
involves more silica in the
Yes.
body system,
Yes.
then the physical features actually start to shift.
Yes.
But are these individuals then born looking like this, or they literally would change during their lifetime?
Both can happen. And later on in your time frame down the line, more and more will simply shift, but there will also be many, many more just born that way.
Utterly fascinating.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to say about the hybridized humans? The versions today and the versions that will, linearly speaking, be in the future?
Access your full potential, and you will accelerate your experience in all levels, in all directions, in all ways that are relevant for your life now, for only your life now is relevant to you. That which you may become is relevant to who you will become. Be you now, and that will give you the greatest opportunity to become the other that you wish to be. For if you invalidate anything you are now, anywhere you are now, any when you are now, you invalidate the stepping stone that will take you to the other place. Be where you are now as fully as you possibly can be. And in that validation will all things come to you, because you will be living in the present where all things exist.
And you can experience that high level of joy and excitement that the hybridized humans will experience on an ongoing basis.
That is your birthright now. You do not have to be any more hybridized than you are right now to experience utter joy all the time. Experiencing utter joy, choosing to experience the joy all the time, will accelerate the process of hybridization within your DNA structures to be more reflective of that joy until such time as you will know nothing else as an experience. You will know that there are choices that can be made that would be different than the experience of joy. You simply won't choose them because you will have no reason to anymore, no need. And you can do that now if you wish. It is completely in your hands, always has been, but now you are waking up to the fact of that truth. So exercise the choices that you prefer now. It is completely up to you. And trust the way your life unfolds as being the appropriate manner in which it serves the theme you chose to explore and the way you chose to be of service to all connected to you in your life. It is truly as simple as that, but it is also, when you allow it to be that simple, absolutely magnificent. I guarantee it. Is it time for you to take your break to set up your holotope?
Not yet. So actually, we need to draw some more names.
3, and that will suffice.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Um, Contact is my highest excitement.
Well, you're having contact right now.
Yes, I am. And along with that, a couple of months ago, before I went to sleep,
Speak up, speak up.
a couple of months ago, before I went to sleep, I asked for greater recognition, greater feeling, bringing back the feeling of contact with my higher mind.
All right, and?
And I woke up in the middle of that night feeling very full, very like I had internal pressure.
Yes.
I was vibrating, humming,
All right.
and that was very exciting.
Yes.
And within the next night or two, I was having a dream, seeing UFO lights in the sky,
Yes.
and I woke up, or I feel like I woke up, maybe woke up into another level of
Yes.
consciousness.
Yes.
And there was a gray
Yes.
extraterrestrial in my bedroom, and I felt no fear.
All right,
That's why
congratulations.
that's why I feel like I was connected with my higher mind.
Yes.
And
That's why we talked earlier about the idea that when you put yourself in the state that you prefer, all such interactions will be seen in a completely different light.
yes, and I was genuinely happy to see him there.
Thank you.
And as he approached, I sat up and I put my hand on his chest and felt very real. And so I'm just wondering, on what level was that? Was that
The template level reality that's on your chart.
okay? Okay, because
Many of these interactions take place on the template level of that reality because it's neither your reality nor theirs. It's a neutral meeting ground, a blueprint ground in which different kinds of scenarios can be constructed for interactions of that nature that both sides will accept as, in a sense, real. Because it's the borderline between your two countries, if you will.
and he was another aspect of my oversoul.
Yes.
Okay.
Most encounters of that type are actually other versions of yourselves. That's why they know that an agreement has been made.
That was a wonderful experience.
Thank you for co-creating it in that manner and in that light.
Thank you.
Pleasant dream.
Thank you. Within the next few nights,
Yes.
I had that same kind of blended feeling again.
Yes.
Only this time it came with great emotion.
Yes.
I was very joyful, very excited.
Yes.
And
what do you wish to do with that in your life? The idea is that's your state of being. Therefore, apply, act from that state of being in everything that you do, and you will be most highly aligned with who you actually are.
yes. And at that time, I then had another experience. I had a physical sensation that I have had many times when I was younger, and I didn't know what it was. And I had the same sensation again. And
Define.
I felt it was just a strong feeling from my neck up through my throat.
Yes.
And as you know, as humans, from our neck to our throat, there's a 90-degree turn, basically.
Yes.
But this felt much more straight. And
the idea of the back of the neck, the base of the skull, is what might be classically or euphemistically referred to in your language as the channeling chakra.
okay.
Thus, when that starts to open, it is an indication that you are now preparing to work with higher levels of your being.
Okay.
Yes.
And at that moment, I brought my physical focus down towards my chest. I didn't have arms, but I had two light gray flippers, making me feel like I was a dolphin.
Yes.
So
Many of you are cross-connected to dolphin incarnations and other amphibious beings of that nature.
So that was another.
As you expand your consciousness, you will become more aware of some of the other connections that you have that are relevant to the energy information you require to live this life.
Yes.
So you become aware of the greater being that you are in more of its expressions.
Thank you. So yes, this is all very exciting and
Yes. We think so.
and that
Does
will
this
just
help you?
yes, that will just lead to more and more contact.
Yes.
Okay.
But mostly and firstly, more contact with yourself.
Yeah. I do have one question from a very dear friend of mine. She's an artist in Australia,
Yes.
and she feels a very strong connection, as do I, to Orion.
Yes.
And she feels a strong connection, a home connection to Bellatrix specifically. And so she wanted to know about any planets or beings that are there.
There are some around that star, but the idea really for the focus would be to look to Mintaka.
Okay.
And that is the information we are allowed to give for the beginning of another journey.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.